Good morning, Shemstars. Welcome to class. Hope you all are fine. Today we will start with a new chapter of history, that is Socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution. The age of social change. The French Revolution opened up the possibility of creating a dramatic change in the society. People were conservatives, liberals, and radicals. First of all, we discuss about the liberals. They wanted a change in society. They wanted nation to be tolerant of all religion. They believe in safeguarding the rights of people against the government. They also argue for elected parliamentarian government. The radicals the radical wanted a government duly elected by the majority of the country's population. Many radical supporters like women they supported women movements to achieve voting rights. They opposed the privileges enjoyed by landowner and wealthy factory owners. They were not against the notion of private property but were against the concentration of money in the hands of few sections. Then comes the conservatives. The conservatives opposed the view and ideologies of the liberals and radicals. They believe in the privilege enjoyed by nobility. Now we talk about the industries and social change. The Industrial Revolution first began in the 18th century in England. Later it spread to the other parts of Europe. Industrialization also resulted in large-scale migration of people from the villages to the cities in search of work opportunities. Workers work for the long hours at extremely low wages. By the mid 19th century, ideas of socialism has become well known in Europe. Socialists believed that factory owner earn profits because of the hard work being put in by workers, but the factory owner did nothing to look after the welfare of workers. Socialists were against private property and saw it as the root of social evil. Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels were well known socialists who believed that the profit earned by factory owners are produced by a worker. Marx contended that all property should be owned by society. Such societies would be communist societies. These ideas spread to Europe by the mid 19th century. Socialists over different regions formed the Second International to coordinate their efforts to spread socialist ideas. In Germany, the Socialist Democratic Party was formed. Socialist Party was formed in France and Labour Party was formed in Britain. These parties were, however, not able to form governments in their countries. Now next we talk about the Russian Revolution. Russia was ruled by Tsar Nicholas II. About 85% of the Russian population was engaged in agricultural activities. Industries were located only at few places such as in St. Petersburg and Moscow. It was in the 1890s that many industries began to set up in Russia. Sometimes the workers had to work for 15 hours at low wages. Workers in Russia came from different backgrounds. The workers formed unions and declared strikes whenever the working condition in the factory worsened. Most of the lands in Russia belonged to the nobility and the church. Russian peasants had no respect for the nobility and wanted the lands of the noble to be given to them. The Russian Social Democratic Workers' Party was founded in 1898 by the socialists. However, because political parties were illegal in Russia, the party had to work as an illegal organization. The Socialist Revolutionary Party was formed in 1900 with struggle for the right of peasants. The party was divided into Bolsheviks and Mensheviks. The Social Democrat differed from the Socialist Revolutionary Party on the issue of farmers. The latter under Lenin believes that peasants cannot be part of the socialist movement as some peasants were poor, some were rich, and some even employed workers on their fields. Now, the Tsar in Russia was an autocrat and enjoyed all powers. Liberals, along with socialists, were campaigning to make Russia a democratic state. In 1904, the prices of bread rose and the real wages declined. Over the next few years, more than 1 lakh workers went on a strike in St. Petersburg, demanding reduction in working hours and an increase in wages. When the procession of workers led by Father Gapon reached the Winter Palace of the Tsar, they were attacked by the police. About 100 workers were killed and more than 300 were wounded. This incident came to be known as Bloody Sunday. Bloody Sunday marked the beginning of strikes in the cities with students, lawyers, doctors, and engineers staging walkout complaining about the lack of civil liberties. Under such circumstances, the Tsar allowed the creation of an elected parliament called the Duma. He, however, tried to control the Duma. Then came the impact of World War. In 1914, the First World War broke out between Germany, Austria, and Turkey on one hand, and France, Britain, and Russia on the other hand. Initially, people of Russia supported the Tsar, but as the war progressed, the Tsar refused to consult the Duma. During the war, anti-German feeling ran high, and Tsarin Alexandra, German's origin, and poor advisors, especially a monk named Rasputin, made the autocracy unpopular in Russia. Russian army suffered greatly in the hand of the German and Austrian army. The First World War impacted the agricultural production and industries in Russia. As they retreated, the Russian army destroyed crops and buildings to prevent the enemy from being able to live off the land. The destruction of crop and building led to over 3 million refugees in Russia. As a result, there were labor shortage and small workshops producing essentials were shut down. Thank you, Shemstars. That's all for today. You can drop your queries on the Google Classroom. Take care.